Sister Wives Kody Brown is furious that Robyn's daughter Aurora has a boyfriend and asks her to leave the house. Kody Brown can't financially support Robyn's children. Robyn broke down and became homeless. Hello friends, welcome to the Daily Gossip News Update. I'm Olivia, and I hope you're well by God's grace. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for more updates. The drama surrounding the Sister Wives family seems to never end, and now, Kody Brown's family is spiraling further into chaos. This time, the tension centers on Robyn Brown's eldest daughter, Aurora, and her relationship with a boyfriend that has sent Kody into a fit of rage. Sources say Kody's fury over Aurora's romantic life, combined with his growing financial ruin, has left Robyn devastated, homeless, and unsure of what's next for her family. In this exclusive deep dive, we unpack the shocking details behind Kody's explosive reaction to Aurora's boyfriend, his inability to support Robyn's children financially, and how Robyn, once the favorite wife, finds herself crying, betrayed, and without a home. Trouble brews in Robyn's household. For years, Robyn Brown was seen as the queen of Kody's world. After his relationships with Mary, Janelle, and Christine deteriorated, Robyn remained loyal by his side, enjoying what many saw as preferential treatment and living in a lavish home while the others struggled. But according to insiders close to the family, cracks began appearing months ago. The money has been drying up, one source revealed. Kody can no longer keep up the lifestyle Robyn and her kids were used to. And then when Aurora started dating, that was the last straw. Aurora, now in her early 20s, reportedly began seeing a young man she met at her part-time job in Flagstaff. The couple grew closer over several months, attending church events and being spotted around town. But Kody, who still holds deeply traditional and controlling views, was reportedly livid when he found out. He came home one evening and saw Aurora texting on the couch, a family friend shared. He grabbed her phone, saw messages between her and her boyfriend, and completely lost it. Kody's fury unleashed. Witnesses to the explosive confrontation say Kody shouted at Aurora, calling her disrespectful and ungrateful, accusing her of betraying the family's values. Robyn, who tried to calm the situation, was reportedly reduced to tears as Kody demanded Aurora end the relationship immediately. But Aurora, who has endured years of family drama, reportedly stood her ground for the first time. She told Kody he can't control who she dates, an insider claimed. That set him off even more. He told her if she didn't obey, she'd have to leave the house. The fight reportedly lasted for hours. Kody stormed out of the house at one point, only to return later and reiterate his ultimatum: break up with the boyfriend or pack your bags. It was heartbreaking to watch, said a neighbor. Robyn was sobbing, Aurora was crying but firm, and Kody was just pacing around like a madman. Financial ruin and broken dreams. While the fight with Aurora rocked the family emotionally, another crisis was looming: financial collapse. With 3 wives divorced and no longer contributing, and the family's show income declining, Kody's bank accounts have reportedly been drained. Kody has been trying to maintain Robyn's house and lifestyle while also paying off debts and legal fees, a source said. But it's become impossible. He simply can't afford it anymore. The Flagstaff mansion, once a symbol of Kody and Robyn's perceived superiority, has reportedly gone into foreclosure. Notices of unpaid property taxes and mortgage delinquency began arriving in the mail months ago. Neighbors noticed moving trucks outside the home in recent weeks. They started moving furniture out quietly at night, one neighbor reported. It's like they were embarrassed. Robyn looked completely devastated. Robyn herself was reportedly blindsided by the extent of their financial problems. For years, she believed Kody had everything under control. But sources claim she recently learned he had taken out multiple loans and maxed out credit cards to sustain their lifestyle. Homeless and heartbroken. By the time Aurora packed her bags to move in with a friend, Robyn was at her breaking point. She begged Aurora to stay, one insider claimed. She even called the boyfriend and pleaded with him to stop seeing her daughter. But Aurora said she was done living under Kody's thumb. Shortly after Aurora left, eviction notices were taped to the front door of the mansion. With nowhere to go, Robyn reportedly checked into a modest extended-stay hotel with her younger children. Witnesses say she's been spotted in tears multiple times since the move. She was always so composed in public, one Flagstaff resident said. But now she looks broken. You can tell she's been crying. Kody, meanwhile, has reportedly been spending more time alone in an RV parked on the Coyote Pass property, another property he can no longer afford to develop. The fallout from the fight and the financial ruin has left Robyn and Kody's relationship strained. For the first time, insiders say, Robyn is questioning her decision to be with him. She sacrificed so much to be with him. She alienated herself from the other wives, endured public criticism, and defended him at every turn, said a source close to the family. And now she's left with nothing. She feels betrayed. Robyn's friends say she has started looking for work for the first time in years, hoping to provide for her kids independently. Aurora, meanwhile, seems to be thriving, reportedly happy and relieved to be out of the toxic environment. Kody has reportedly doubled down on his belief that he did nothing wrong. In conversations with close friends, he reportedly blamed Aurora for destroying the family and accused Robyn of being too soft on her daughter. He sees himself as the victim here, said an insider. He thinks he's been disrespected by everyone, the ex-wives, the kids, even Robyn now. He doesn't understand why no one sees all the sacrifices he's made. Kody's relationship with his other children has also reportedly deteriorated further since the incident. Some of them have expressed support for Aurora and condemned Kody's behavior. News of the family's drama has spread quickly, with fans and critics alike expressing strong opinions online. Many have sympathized with Aurora and Robyn, calling Kody's behavior controlling and toxic. Let Aurora live her life, one fan wrote on social media. She's a grown woman and deserves to find happiness without her stepfather dictating her every move. Others express concern for Robyn, despite past resentment over her perceived favoritism. She chose this path, but no woman deserves to be left homeless and humiliated, another fan commented. As the dust settles, questions remain about what the future holds for Kody, Robyn, and the rest of the family. Insiders say Robyn is considering leaving Kody but feels trapped because of her financial dependence and the younger children. She feels like she's stuck, a source explained. She doesn't love him like she used to, but she doesn't know how to start over. Kody, for his part, is reportedly clinging to the belief that he can rebuild both his relationships and his finances, but even his closest allies doubt his ability to do so. Looking back, it's clear that this latest scandal is just another chapter in a long story of dysfunction. From the moment Robyn entered the family, the dynamic shifted, and not for the better. The other wives felt sidelined, the kids felt abandoned, and Kody became increasingly erratic. For years, Robyn was seen as the beneficiary of Kody's favoritism, living in comfort while others struggled. But now, that comfort has evaporated, leaving her to face the same hardship the other wives experienced. The once proud polygamist family that captivated audiences has now been reduced to bitter feuds, broken hearts, and financial ruin. In one heartbreaking moment reportedly witnessed by a friend, Robyn sat in her hotel room, surrounded by suitcases and crying children, sobbing into her hands. "I gave him everything," she reportedly said, "and this is what's left." Her children, confused and scared, asked her what would happen next. Robyn reportedly told them she didn't know. "She feels like she's failed them," the friend said. "She always believed she was doing what was best for her kids. But now she's realizing that maybe she made the wrong choices." The saga of Kody Brown and his family has always been one of love, faith, and resilience, but also one of control, favoritism, and resentment. This latest chapter only underscores the consequences of Kody's choices and the price everyone else has paid. For Aurora, it seems freedom and happiness lie beyond Kody's reach. For Robyn, the future remains uncertain, but perhaps this rock-bottom moment will be the catalyst for her to reclaim her independence. And for Kody, perhaps the biggest question of all is whether he will ever recognize the damage he's done to his wives, his children, and himself. Sister wives, Kody Brown wants to reunite with his children, but is it too late? In the aftermath of years of family discord, heartbreak, and estrangement, Sister Wives star Kody Brown has reportedly expressed a strong desire to reunite with his children. Once the patriarch of a sprawling polygamist family of more than a dozen kids, Kody's relationships with many of his children have crumbled in recent years as his marriages fell apart, his favoritism toward Robyn became apparent, and financial troubles mounted. But now, sources close to the Brown family say Kody is reaching out, calling, texting, and even visiting some of his children in an effort to repair the fractured bonds. Yet, many of his kids remain wary, hurt, and unsure if they can ever fully trust him again. For much of his life, Kody Brown prided himself on being a devoted father to his many children. Over the course of his plural marriages to Mary, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn, he fathered 18 children, ranging from young adults to teenagers. At one time, the Brown family was known for their close-knit bonds. Birthday parties, family trips, and group dinners were regular occurrences. Even amid the challenges of polygamy and public scrutiny, the family presented a united front. But cracks began to form as Kody's favoritism for Robyn and her children became more and more obvious. He spent more time at Robyn's house, neglected his other wives and kids, and became increasingly authoritarian in his demands. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, the tensions boiled over. Kody imposed strict rules on the entire family, rules that many of his adult children felt were unnecessary and hypocritical, given that he himself seemed to break them when it suited him. His relationships with sons like Garrison and Gabriel became particularly strained. The breaking point came when Christine decided to leave him, citing his lack of care for her and their children. Soon after, Janelle and Mary also parted ways, leaving Kody effectively monogamous with Robyn. The family dynamic shifted dramatically. Many of the older kids, including Gwendolyn, Paydon, and Hunter, openly criticized Kody's behavior in interviews and on social media. They accused him of abandoning his responsibilities as a father and only caring about Robyn's family. Kody, for his part, seemed defensive and bitter in response. On several occasions during Sister Wives' tell-all specials, he claimed that his children had been poisoned against him by their mothers. He seemed unwilling or unable to take accountability for his own actions. By the time Garrison Brown tragically passed away in a heartbreaking event that rocked the family, Kody was already largely estranged from many of his children. But sources say the death of Garrison was a wake-up call for Kody. It really hit him hard, one insider revealed. He realized how fragile life is, and he started to understand just how much he's lost with his kids. Friends say that in the weeks after Garrison's passing, Kody became deeply introspective. He started talking about wanting to fix things, really fix them, not just for the cameras or to save face, but because he actually missed his kids, the source continued. In private moments, he reportedly told Robyn, "I don't want to go to my grave with my kids hating me. I want to be their dad again." Robyn, who herself has been hurt by the family rift, encouraged Kody to reach out. She told him he needed to swallow his pride, apologize, and listen, the insider added. It was hard for him, but he started trying. Kody began by calling his older kids individually. Some answered, others ignored his calls. According to sources, his first conversation with Gabriel was especially emotional. They talked for hours, a family friend shared. There was yelling, there was crying. But by the end, they agreed to meet in person. Kody also reached out to Savannah, apologizing for missing her birthdays and milestones. With each child, he reportedly acknowledged his shortcomings and expressed his desire to be part of their lives again. He didn't make excuses this time, said the source. For once, he just listened to what they had to say. The children's reactions have been mixed. Some, like Gabriel and Savannah, seem open to reconciliation. Others, like Gwendolyn and Paydon, remain skeptical. Gwen has said publicly that she's not sure if she can trust him, the insider explained. She's happy he's trying, but it's going to take time. Paydon, who has been the most outspoken critic of Kody, reportedly told him bluntly, "You can't just walk back into our lives and expect everything to be okay." Even some of the younger kids have been hesitant. They've heard their moms and older siblings talk about what Kody did, the friend added. They're confused and hurt. Despite the resistance, Kody has been making small steps forward. He attended a family dinner with some of his kids, the first time they'd all sat at a table together in years. He brought flowers for the girls, and he just sat and let everyone talk, one of the children shared. It was awkward at first, but by the end we were laughing about old times. He also attended a school play for one of his younger kids and was seen cheering loudly from the audience. Kody was beaming, said a fellow parent who was present. You could see how much it meant to him. Healing decades of hurt will not happen overnight. Therapists who work with estranged families often warn that reconciliation is a long and difficult process. Kody, however, seems committed to the journey. I'll do whatever it takes, he reportedly told a friend. I just want my kids back. Family insiders say he has even begun attending counseling on his own, hoping to better understand how to communicate and build trust. The mothers, Christine, Janelle, and Mary, have mixed feelings about Kody's efforts. Christine reportedly supports her kids having a relationship with their father but warns them to protect their hearts. She wants them to be happy, but she knows how much Kody has hurt them, a source said. Janelle has been more cautiously optimistic. She told the kids, if he's trying, give him a chance, but set boundaries. Mary, who has had her own complicated history with Kody, has largely stayed out of the situation but privately hopes they can mend fences. Fans of Sister Wives have been watching the developments closely. Social media is full of comments, both supportive and skeptical. One fan wrote, "Good for Kody. Family is everything. I hope he can make it right." Another said, "Too little, too late. His kids deserve better." Many viewers agree that his efforts, while long overdue, are at least a step in the right direction. Recently, the family came together for a memorial service honoring Garrison. Sources say it was an emotional and healing moment. Kody hugged every one of his kids that day, a family friend said. He cried openly. It was the first time in years they'd all been in the same place. The children reportedly saw a side of their father they hadn't seen in a long time, vulnerable, humble, and deeply sorry. Kody has reportedly been reflecting on where he went wrong. In conversations with friends, he has admitted that he became too focused on his own pride and ego. I thought being a good father meant providing financially, he reportedly said. But they needed me emotionally, too, and I wasn't there. This realization has driven him to make concrete changes. He has cut back on work obligations, reduced his spending, and prioritized attending his kids' events. He wants to show them, not just tell them, that he's serious, a source said. Some of the kids have shared their thoughts publicly. In a recent social media post, Gabriel wrote, "We're all trying. It's not easy, but I believe people can change." Savannah posted a photo of herself and Kody at a park, captioned, "Starting over." Gwendolyn, on the other hand, posted cryptically, "Forgiveness isn't forgetting, but sometimes it's a start." The current state of the Brown family is a fragile piece. There are still wounds, still mistrust, and still work to be done. But there is also hope. For the first time in years, the family has begun making plans for a group vacation, something Kody reportedly insisted on organizing himself. He wants to create new memories, said a family friend. Good memories. Will the Browns ever be the close-knit family they once were? Only time will tell. Rebuilding trust takes patience, humility, and consistency, qualities Kody seems to be working on. In private, Kody has said he knows he may never fully regain the love and respect of all his children. But he's determined to try. "They're my kids," he reportedly told Robyn one evening. "No matter what happens, they'll always be my kids." The story of Kody Brown and his children is a cautionary tale of how pride, poor choices, and misplaced priorities can tear a family apart. But it's also a story of how love, accountability, and humility can begin to piece it back together. For Kody, the road ahead is long and uncertain. But if his recent actions are any indication, he seems finally ready to walk it, one step at a time. Mary Brown declares she will never get back together with Kody, crushing his wish for a reunion. The saga of Sister Wives has always been full of heartbreak, conflict, and resilience, But few storylines have captivated viewers more than the tragic unraveling of Kody and Mary Brown's relationship. After decades of marriage, countless shared memories, and surviving the storm of polygamy together, Mary has finally closed the door for good. In an emotional revelation to those closest to her, she declared, "I will never get back together with Kody. That chapter is over." This declaration, insiders say, has left Kody reeling and shattered his quiet hope that one day, he and Mary could reconcile. Mary was the first of Kody Brown's wives. Their marriage in 1990 laid the foundation for what would become the sprawling Brown family. In the early days, they were inseparable. Kody often described Mary as his soulmate and credited her with inspiring him to live the principle of plural marriage. Together, they navigated the highs and lows of starting a family, welcoming Janelle, Christine, and eventually Robyn into the fold. At one time, their bond appeared unshakable. They laughed easily, leaned on each other in hard times, and supported one another's dreams. But over the years, cracks began to form, and the once strong connection between them began to fray. According to close family sources, the first signs of trouble came when Kody began spending less time with Mary and more with his newer wives. Mary, already struggling with infertility and feelings of inadequacy, felt sidelined. When Robyn entered the family, the dynamic shifted dramatically. Kody's affection for Robyn was obvious and painful for Mary to witness. It was like watching the man you love fall for someone else right in front of you, a friend of Mary's shared. For years, Mary tried to be the dutiful wife, pretending nothing was wrong. But inside, she was crumbling. The catfishing scandal. The breaking point came in 2015 when Mary became embroiled in a now infamous catfishing scandal. Feeling lonely and neglected, she began an online relationship with someone she thought was a man, but who turned out to be a woman pretending to be someone else. The humiliation and fallout from the scandal sent shockwaves through the family. Kody, already distant, seemed to retreat entirely after learning about it. He never forgave her, one insider claimed, even though she was lonely because of him. From that point on, their marriage became little more than a legal arrangement, and eventually not even that. In 2014, Mary had already divorced Kody legally to allow him to marry Robyn and adopt her children. After the catfishing, even their emotional bond was gone. In the years following the scandal, Mary made several attempts to reconnect with Kody. She sought counseling, tried to have difficult conversations, and even extended olive branches. But time and again, she was met with coldness. On camera, Kody spoke harshly about Mary, saying he no longer felt married to her. In one infamous moment, he even admitted he wasn't interested in being intimate with her anymore and hadn't been for years. He humiliated her publicly, a close friend said. That hurt more than anything else. Privately, Mary began to find strength within herself. She started focusing on her own interests, traveling, building her businesses, and creating a new life that didn't revolve around Kody. Despite his harsh words and cold demeanor, insiders say Kody quietly harbored hope that one day, he and Mary might reconcile. He would never admit it publicly, one source explained, but he hates failure. And he always thought that someday she'd come back to him. Kody reportedly began reaching out to Mary more after his relationships with Christine, Janelle, and even Robyn began to suffer. He called her, texted her, and suggested they have lunch or coffee to talk. He thought she'd just be waiting for him, the insider continued. But she wasn't. In a recent emotional conversation with family and friends, Mary reportedly said, "I can't keep waiting for him to love me. I deserve better." She added, "I will never go back. That chapter is closed forever." According to those present, her words were firm, resolute, and tinged with sadness. She still has love for the man she married all those years ago, a friend said. But she's done being treated like she's invisible. Mary is said to have deleted Kody's number from her phone and removed the few remaining personal belongings she had left in his home. When Kody learned of Mary's declaration, he was reportedly stunned. He didn't believe she'd actually move on, a family member revealed. He always thought she'd take him back if he asked. Sources say Kody attempted to call her, but Mary refused to answer. He even showed up at her in Utah unannounced, but she reportedly asked him to leave. It finally hit him, the insider said. He realized she's really done this time. For a man used to being the center of his wife's worlds, Kody was said to be crushed. Since making her decision, Mary has thrown herself into building a life she loves. She spends most of her time at her bed and breakfast in Utah, where she hosts guests, explores the mountains, and enjoys the peace and quiet. She has also been traveling, posting joyful photos of herself visiting friends, hiking, and even ziplining. She looks happier than she has in years, one longtime friend said. You can see it in her smile. She's free. Mary has also grown closer to her siblings, nieces, and nephews, creating a support network outside of the Brown family. Fans of Sister Wives have overwhelmingly supported Mary's decision to move on. On social media, thousands have expressed admiration for her courage. Good for you, Mary. You deserve happiness, one fan wrote. Another added, it's about time she put herself first. Many have criticized Kody for taking Mary for granted for so long, with some calling his behavior toxic and selfish. Mary's story has resonated deeply with viewers because it's about more than just marriage. It's about reclaiming self-worth. I stayed too long because I believed I didn't deserve more, Mary reportedly told a close friend. But now I know I do. Her journey serves as a reminder that no matter how long you've been in a situation, it's never too late to walk away and start over. Meanwhile, Kody finds himself increasingly isolated. With Christine and Janelle gone, Robyn reportedly frustrated, and Mary finally cutting ties, his once mighty family has all but collapsed. He's alone now, an insider said. And he's starting to realize he's the reason why. Some say Kody has been seeking counseling and trying to figure out how to repair his relationships, but it may be too late. He thought he could treat people however he wanted, and they'd just stick around, the insider added. But they didn't. For Mary, this chapter of her life is truly over. In a heartfelt message posted on social media, she wrote, sometimes the hardest thing is knowing when to let go. I wish him well, but I'm moving forward. She signed the message simply, Mary. Those who know her best say she's at peace with her decision. It took her years to get here, a friend explained. But she's finally free. Mary's transformation has made her something of a role model to fans of the show and women everywhere who've struggled with toxic relationships. She's shown incredible strength, one viewer said. She went from being invisible to unstoppable. In interviews, Mary has hinted that she's open to love again someday, but not with Kody. She knows what she wants now, the insider shared. And she won't settle for less. As for Kody, sources say he spends a lot of time reflecting on what he's lost. He reportedly keeps old photos of him and Mary in a drawer, occasionally taking them out and staring at them. He misses her, a family member said, but he'll never admit it publicly. In rare moments of honesty, Kody has reportedly told friends, I didn't appreciate her when I had her. And now it's too late. The story of Kody and Mary Brown is both heartbreaking and inspiring. Heartbreaking because of what was lost, a deep, once loving bond destroyed by neglect, ego, and pride. But inspiring because Mary found the strength to walk away, reclaim her life, and demand better for herself. In the end, Mary's message to Kody and to herself is clear. I deserve to be loved fully, and I will never settle for anything less again.